Welcome to Game of Roses. This is PaceCase.
This is BachelorClues, and
Oh my god,
I have the
that
secret.
face. Is that your I have a secret face?
Yes, I made a purchase recently. It came to my attention. I won't even say what it is. Let's just do the unboxing, shall we?
Okay. I have no idea what this is. Is it a Magic the Gathering card?
Oh no. I mean, there's like 10 other boxes of those. I should have brought a knife for this, but I didn't. So we're just going to have to...
The best unboxings are like kind of slow.
Barehanded, just tear it like an angry New York City
like
subway
painful
rat.
to watch.
I'm getting it.
While you're doing that, I'm wearing my Maddie Proof sweatshirt backwards.
Oh,
the truth, it says,
nice.
will set you free. And I feel like that's really apt for, the times we're in.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
This comes to me from a place called Bachelor Nation Shop, 217 Wrangler Drive, Coppell, Texas.
Okay, Bachelor Nation Shop.
I
Like
haven't
the
adjusted
official
the
merch
size
from
of
the
this.
show?
That's correct. I haven't adjusted the size of this yet, but
Oh my god.
I'm a VIP, VIP,
Ooh,
ladies and gentlemen.
what a color that hat is.
That hat cost me. Let me see if they have it on the receipt here.
It's like if you threw up and
They
then you
don't.
just
I
mixed
think
a
it's
little
30 bucks.
bleach in. That's the
It's
color
too
of
big.
this hat.
Hang on. I'm going to keep the hologram on it to retain the value. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to adjust the
Retain
size
the
of this
value?
thing.
What's the value?
Well, it's going to, at some point, be a collector's item. We all know. Let me just get this going here.
Okay.
Let's see. Did that help? No, it's too small.
Oh,
No, it's
yeah,
hurting my
now
head.
it's perfect.
Hi, I'm a BIP VIP. This is the type of exquisite merchandise you can expect in the official Bachelor Nation merch store if you want to go
prefer
there.
Come On Now.
Yeah, I prefer
And the
every
Golden
hat I have
Bachelor
over
one.
this. Let's be honest. It's caved in the front. It's like
This
a
color
weird
is
slope.
just horrible.
Color's bad. So it's a wrong move. This is error of the game for the official Bachelor Nation merch.
Interesting purchase.
Yeah, I was curious. It's a hat I'll never wear again.
Well, it might come up. You never know.
Yeah.
A lot of my costume items have come up when I thought never.
Yeah, it
would
might be
they.
a costume item. It's just a disappointing piece of merch. I threw it on the ground, but
It's to celebrate the new title of the Boom Boom Room.
yeah, I
VIP.
I guess that's what it is. But the hat is like, it's poorly made.
Was that the only color they had?
Shit, I don't remember. I think so. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't fit good. Like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the kind of like caved in nature of it. There's usually in hats, you have something in the front that kind of keeps the shape. They'll have like a little piece of cardboard or something in there. They don't got it.
Are you supposed to keep the cardboard in there?
I don't know. You can. Look, check out this hat. This is a.
I'm doing hats wrong.
What's that?
I always take the cardboard out, but maybe I should start keeping it in.
Well, you can do whatever you like, but like this, you see how it's like formed a little bit better.
That one is gorgeous.
You see what I'm saying?
It looks like, it's got the actual font on there.
Yeah.
Like there's been some sort of.
Look at this one. It's
I
decrepit.
feel like this exemplifies what this VIP season is.
It truly does. This is it. This image is like, this is what you're getting now. This is what you're getting now.
I mean, is that even the VIP font? I don't think so.
I don't know. This is what they sent me.
Wow. Well, way to start our episode on a high note.
Hey, I kept it in the box because I was like, this is going to be great. I can't wait to get my new hat. And then I put it on and I'm like, this is a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'll wear
Maybe
it for
you
this
could
whole
dye
episode.
it.
Fuck it. I'm wearing
You know
it for the
what?
whole
We could
episode.
tie-dye it. I think that would help it a lot.
Maybe if I do take off this, it's going to lose all of its value, but
You
I'm
won't
taking off the
notice
sticker.
the horrible shape, I think, if it were a slightly different color.
Really? Maybe.
Like if we
I don't
tie-dyed
know.
it, I think it would hide that.
Can you do that? Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I can tie-dye it.
All right, I've taken off the sticker. Does that help?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my God. If you're not watching us on YouTube, apologies. And get to YouTube so you can start seeing all of the ways Clues is spending our hard-earned money.
Look, I'm a fan of The Bachelor. Sorry to say it.
Look what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
The truth will set you free. By
Did you
Maddie
see that
Prue.
post she put out, by the way, on one of her recent podcasts where her and Grant Trout were basically like proud that they were going to hit their children?
It is what made me think about this sweatshirt.
That was what gave you second thoughts?
Not gonna lie. No, it gave me the idea to wear it. I was like, oh yeah, I should wear my Maddie Prue sweatshirt.
Corporal punishment for your children.
So they
is
said they
always
were going to
recommended.
hit their kids?
Because
That's what
the
it
Bible
was?
tells you to.
And did they didn't give a follow-up saying, oh, whoops, we won't do that?
No.
No.
They're going to do it. The Bible tells you to. Jesus Christ wants you to hit your children. We all know this. Welcome to Game of Roses, everyone.
I will just say I'm not supporting that, but we're not here to talk about whether you should hit your kids or whether the BIP merch sucks.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about episode 5 of BIP. A beautiful, interesting product. I'm sorry about what happened to your favorite player this episode.
So am I. We'll get to it. It obviously was an error, not the biggest error, I didn't think. This episode overall was interesting. Let's give general impressions here. The biggest thing, the loudest thing was, of course, this bird challenge. I forget what they called it. We'll get into that. I'm sure I've made the notes. Birds of Paradise. Did it work?
I feel like it was, again, like trying to copy the heart rate challenge from Love Island, but like, and I enjoyed the costumery. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Did it did it do the things that the heart rate challenge does in terms of like getting people in fights? I guess with the Dale Moss Alicia thing, but not really.
But even that, like also what the heart rate challenge does, and all the challenges on Love Island, is it shows us their asses. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying
like,
they were too covered up.
Yes. Visually, you can't, I don't think it's even worth doing things like this on Bachelor in Paradise. When you have to do the PG version of something we just watched, basically the rated R version of for a month and a half. It's just like, I don't care. It just washes over me. I agree with you. The costumery was hilarious. I loved the effort they put into it. And we'll get into all of that as we cover that specifically. But I just feel like there is something. It's very hard for me not to compare this to Love Island. And I think for many people, especially based on the ratings.
They're asking you to. They're copying it.
Of course they are. Yes, exactly. If you copy something one for one and it's not as good, people ain't going to like that. All right, let's jump into this.
It's okay. No one's watching it.
Very few people are. Look, I mean, we've said this a bunch, but I do think the franchise is in real deep waters in terms of losing the fan base. I don't know what's going to happen as a result of Golden Bachelor 2, which is going to come right at the heels of the end of this season with Mel Owens as the Golden Bachelor. They're shooting dates now.
We better see ass.
I'm not saying we need ass in that one, but we at least need some acknowledgement that the show knows he said this shit on that podcast and that he has in some way changed his ways or is more open than we thought he was going to be. But I don't even think we're going to get that.
What are the chances?
Very small. I won't say they're 0%, but they're under 1%.
Oh my God. I was going to guess 25%.
No.
You know what? I'm going to go with the side of hope. I'm going to guess it's 25% chance he apologizes in the beginning. Good
luck. I'll say good luck.
I know.
I happen to know.
We've talked about their default. Their modus operandum is sweep it under the rug. Let's not talk about it. But I'm hoping, Scott Teddy, you're new. You could be different. Come on, Daddy.
I want to make this plea to Warner Brothers and ABC.
Yeah.
I love that you're rebooting the franchise with a completely new showrunner. I think that's the correct move. You've had some bad people in that position for a minute. What you have not had for a very long time in the franchise is somebody in the producerial role who knows the history of the show and is a steward of the show itself. You must have that. They don't have to be a showrunner, but you need a consultant somewhere in there to say, look, here's what this franchise is. Here's where all these other shows are going. Here's where you need to take this. There is a distinct, I think, and it comes out like very clearly in this season of Bachelor in Paradise, there is a distinct lack of understanding about who the big players are, what the narratives are that we need to see from them, how you compose this type of thing. And I know for Bachelor season 30, Scott Teddy is like, restarting the whole franchise. The Bachelor is going to be somebody we've never seen before. All the players that they're casting right now are like very 4TR. They all want to get married and have babies immediately. He's trying to reset it back to season 1 to be like, we have to get an engagement that turns into a marriage out of this season. He wants to get back on the 4TRR train, which is fine.
Give me that Bachelor bloodline.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to work though, because literally every other reality franchise right now is like cast the biggest influencers and reality stars you can. And those shows are exploding in popularity. So I think it's actually the exact wrong choice to make, but it could work if done right. I just don't know if it will be.
It's like, what are the things that they would need to happen? I would honestly, if you are going that route, I would say you fake it. You take a couple that's already together and is going to get married. If you want it to come off as like an actual 4TRR thing, I remember reading that was like a conspiracy theory about Trista and Ryan's season.
Yeah.
As well as some of the Love is Blind seasons. I just don't think with this format, you're going to get that. They need to be able to spend more than 24 hours together. You should not have half a third of the people go home on night 1, if that's the case.
Absolutely. They should let the Bachelor live in the house with the women, make it more like a Love Island where you're shooting 24 hours a day, but the producers are kind of not there. It's just like robot cameras, so that they can have actual interactions and stuff.
A different one sleeps in his bed every night. Why not?
Or they all sleep in the same bed. Whatever. I'm down with that.
One
Lean
big
into
bed.
the hardcore polygamy of it all.
I'll watch any polygamy show that's out there. It turns out.
Okay, let's get into this pace case. This was episode 5 of BIP. Portion 1 begins day 9 of Paradise. We see on screen. I still do really like that they do that. Faith comes in on the horse. I thought that this equine faith bringer was going to be my creature of the week. It was not.
Oh my God. And she goes arms up. No armed horseback riding.
She's riding the roller coaster.
Is this equine free spirit. I love it.
Yeah.
And like that was her whole bit on Gary's season. Wouldn't leave her dead horse's grave. And she comes in with some great colorful narration. She's ready to be the hoe of the show. Yeah.
A kissing hoe, though. She makes a very clear distinction here. She is not talking about a sexual hoe. Merely a kissing hoe. This is the opposite of a Heather Martin kissing virgin. Schwartz then ITMs the rose math. 6 ladies, 5 guys. Every man's dream, every woman's nightmare. She says, I've never had this dream. Have you had this dream or this nightmare?
No, but that reminds me so much of the line that DLH used to say for every women tell all. Every guy's nightmare. All the ex-girlfriends coming back together.
Yeah. DLH, wonder where he is now.
I had
his birthday
dream
recently.
I mean,
this weekend.
Probably not that many people.
Yeah. We see Captain
Maybe
Kim.
more like a challenger's number, like a devil's threesome.
Oh. We see Captain Kim ITMing, wanting to get to know Faith. Schwartz then ITMs that all the guys have their eyes on Faith. Faith then ITMs that she was hoping for a lineup of good-looking men. And there they are. They're just all 30 years younger than she is. Kat then ITMs the couple rundown. Jess and Spencer been solid since day one. Parisa and Brian are in love, she says. Sean and Jill have a connection. Jeremy and Bailey have not left each other's side since Bailey's date with Andrew. Alex and Andrew are giggling. Nancy and Leah have the date cards. She says she and Dale are growing, even though there are bumps in the road. We then get some one-on-one time with Kat and Dale. She brings up the different backgrounds comments and says she felt judged. He says he was not judging. He does want to get to know her. He says this has all brought them closer together and he's not interested in anybody else. She ITMs that she wanted to see them be able to move through this, and he showed her they can in that moment, and they share a little kiss. So it looks like, at least in this moment, all things are fine with Kat and Dale.
Back on track. We see then April wants to do a shot off of Dale Moss, and Kathy's trying to shame her. I don't know why. Says you have grandchildren. and April ITMs. My inner child is still very young. Okay. And we get this Dale Moss shot off of April. I love these cross-generational body shots. I'm giving this a kiss between
100%.
Dale and April,
100%.
which I wasn't sure we'd see a kiss like this.
I agree. I think we're going to see more than this.
Ooh.
This season. Cat ITMs, Swartz then ITMs that this is depraved. Meanwhile, Jonathan and Leah have some one-on-one time. He plays an IFI about a pulled leg muscle. Leah ITMs that Jonathan is the only man she has a crush on and they've already met and are friends who live close together in the real world, but she's never asked a man on a date. She asks him, he accepts. He has this leaf that he's been messing around with, like punching in eye holes and mouth holes out of it. This big kind of leaf.
Eyes.
Yeah, leaf eyes. And then Leah uses the leaf in an ITM where she poses as Jonathan talking about how fat Leah's ass is. Jonathan.
Leah posing with this leaf over her face, evoking baloney eyes. Garrett was my
face play of the game.
It was a pretty strong one. I agree.
There was another that was a contender, but this had to take it for me. I love a creative face play like this.
This was going to be mine,
leaf
but
mask.
Something usurped it because of how it was treated by the document, by the producers. They gave special attention. We'll get to it later. We see a montage of couples kissing. Gary then is eating a quesadilla as Nancy pulls in for this conversation. Everything he fucking does makes me laugh. To me, he's like the star of the show at this point. When the cameras are on him, I'm just like, yes, I'll watch this man do literally anything.
He's got a special sparkle.
100%. But he knows, it's like he's a good actor. He understands how to give the producers what they're looking for. We'll get to their fucking one-on-one date where he might as well have been a theatrically trained stage actor, as far as I'm concerned. This man went to Juilliard, no doubt. We see Gary eating the quesadilla. He has to finish chewing before he can talk to Nancy, and she asks him to go on the date. He accepts. FEMA ITMs that she came into this positive. She felt a spark with Gary. But what's happening now brings back these bad memories of watching Golden God Gary Turner go on other dates in her rookie season of Golden Bachelor, season 1. Portion 2 begins. We're on the date with Leah and Jonathan. They're driving a Jeep down the beach as Leah ITMs always being comfortable with Jonathan, and they've been friends. Jonathan then replays that IFI and says he's going to have her rub him out as he drives. And they both look at each other and at us for this double entendre moment. He was talking, of course, about his leg muscle. He didn't realize that could also be meant another way.
Did he?
No, he didn't.
Rub one out, I feel like it is very specific.
I agree.
We see cut back to one-on-one time between Kat and Dale Moss. And she is trying to nail him down on whether he has options open in terms of going on dates. And he's like, well, no one so far. It is not my intent. He is trying to wordsmith his way out of this one.
It's unbelievable.
Ugh, it's hard to watch.
However, someone did show up and my intent has changed. Yeah. I mean, he's just a bad player.
I know.
Like it's also this idea that like when you go into paradise, in my opinion, and everybody can play it however they want to play it, but in my opinion, when you go into paradise, you're there to get gains, basically, which, by the way, no one is. I just looked up some of their Instagram. Spencer's at like 30K or something. Like nobody's getting anything out of this experience because nobody's watching it. It's not capturing the public attention. It's not like a Love Island where you're literally having fluctuations of hundreds of thousands of followers in between episodes and shit. Nobody's getting anything from this. All that said, what Dale is not realizing about just the kind of basic structure of the game is that at a certain point, you have to just go all in with whoever you're with, period.
Yes.
Late game changes aren't going to be good for anybody, especially not you, especially if you're the one instigating them. So for him to still be kind of hemming and hawing about like, well, somebody might show up that'll I want to date them, so I can't say all eggs yet. Sorry, I just slipped into Wells by it's just second nature now. But this is an error on his part. Not the error of the game, but an error.
Your partner is Kat Izzo.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, let's say the love of your life does come. You can always be like, I was all legs, but I didn't account for this spark or something. There's
Of
always like a
course.
way to get out of it.
Of course.
Yeah, this was wild on his part. It never behooves you to say you're open when you don't have another choice to pivot to.
I agree.
But we cut to Leia and Jonathan's date. They're on this picnic. It's kind of a fool edit. Leia's talking about the importance of family. Well,
they might as well have been playing like circus music under the shit. He's spitting coconut shells out. She's like, "Can you please stop doing that, dude?" He's like, "Okay." Just keep spitting them. Each time an error, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. You got to know how that's going to come out in the production. She asked what he likes about her. He likes her fun energy. She love level ones him, and they go in the ocean. No kissing.
I did find one interesting moment in this conversation where they're talking about partner and criming. That's kind of what they're looking for. And he's like, "I'm not looking for the Robin to my Batman." Or he says, "I don't want Batman and Robin. I want Superman and Wonder Woman." I thought it was an interesting analogy. He kept it within the DC universe. Superman, of course, is the most powerful superhero in that universe, far beyond the powers of Batman, which are none. He's just a human being, as is Robin. Superman and Wonder Woman, by the way, she's arguably the most powerful woman in DC Comics. She has all kinds of powers, can fly. Her lasso of
I've
truth.
been catching up on Love Island UK. They have a Superman themed date.
Wow.
In which half the people dress as Clark Kent, half as Lois Lane. And they literally fly them over a city in costume.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to do that here.
Absolutely not.
Cut back to Dark Lord Palmer addressing the group, and he gives a date card to Faith and says there's going to be another chemistry test tonight. And this one is going to be about attraction, animal attraction, aka birds of paradise, aka you're going to do a mating ritual dance in which Hannah and Wells are going to judge your chemistry. Listen to your heart style. And we get the first shot of this mating ritual bird, which has its little fan come in and out. And this bird was my creature of the week.
Oh, it was about to be mine. Telling them appeared.
The men find their bird tots. There's baby oil. April ITMs that dancing is foreplay. And she tries to make a bird noise, but she can't get out of character doing her cat noise. Love that.
She tries like 3 times to do a bird noise and it's all cat purring and growling.
Never change.
She's so fucking funny. Captain Kim gets a terrifying ITM with his bird mating call. And then back in Jeremy and Brian's room, they guy chat about Parisa putting some pressure on Brian. He ITMs that he's falling for her in a physical way and in a connection way. And he wants that VIP suite with her. Jeremy then whispers, "I don't want this to be on mic." Well, the mics are always on. You're wearing it around your neck. Even if you're whispering, they can hear it. They can go back and look at it. It's unbelievable, the stupidity here. He says, again, while this mic is on him, "I don't want you to hear this when it's on mic." And then he whispers, "I don't want to win with Bailey because of Susie." Jeremy's completely inept, divulging this information to another player on mic, whether whispered or not, was my error of the game. What are you doing? Susie's not coming back. You have confirmation of that at this point from her own lips, telling you via the telephone call, "I'm not coming back." Telling another person about it. You can hold these ideas in your mind, and if she does come back, which again she's not, you can act on it. That's fine. To just air your own dirty laundry to a third party like this it's one of the wildest errors I've ever seen in my life. It's completely unnecessary.
It's so wild.
It can do 100% damage to you. It can destroy your entire time in paradise if it gets out, and it looks like it's going to. based on
You're
the
getting a
upcoming
villain
previews.
edit. They're cutting back and forth between this and Bailey loading a precog. And by the way, Susie has already made TikToks mocking Jeremy calling her.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I haven't seen those. But I mean, he wouldn't have known that during the shooting.
Call. And she's like, who?
Ooh, God, poor Jeremy. Well, at least he's got 24,000 Instagram followers to get him through those rough nights. Meanwhile,
that'll get you a couple things at Stop and Shop.
Alex and Bailey. And Bailey is like, I would definitely get engaged to him. So now we're even seeing, they're making it worse in the edit that Bailey is basically all in on him. Sees nothing wrong, clearly has no idea about this other Susie phone call and how he's like pining away for her. Oh my God. Jeremy then tells Brian about the Susie call. Jeremy ITMs that he had second thoughts after giving Bailey his rose. We get recap footage of the Susie call. He ITMs that he wants to talk to her more. Bailey tells Alex she hasn't used the sacred word yet, love, but she would. Jeremy tells Brian that if Susie came back, he'd give her the rose, and Brian ITMs that this put a bad taste in his mouth, and Bailey needs to know. This is a loaded tattle, and we are now just waiting for him to destroy Jeremy with this information.
I have another error, but it's like the way that this unfolds. First of all, him trying to get it off mic. And second of all, telling someone who he clearly can't trust, who's going to tattle on him. Just all around terrible. But
even if you can't trust, and he made other errors too. Jeremy's like just a very bad player. He's a walking error machine. We'll see some of these other ones. Disgusting. I don't begrudge him the gum transfers.
I hate the gum transfers.
I'm not saying, like, look, that's an acquired taste, if you will. Some people may like that. Some people may not. But I don't think those are errors.
You love gum transfers, Clues.
Yeah, I do them every day.
Episode after episode defending them.
Can cats chew gum? April Kirkwood, can cats chew gum? Portion 3, night. Gary and Nancy are on their date.
Test that.
They come to a little hut with a shaman. They're going to do a cacao ceremony, and Sharifa, I believe that's her name, the cacao spirit guide was my Jorge Moreno, bystander of the week.
Sharifa, who drugs both of these Goldens, unbeknownst to them, was also my Jorge Moreno, bystander of the week.
I mean, this shit was wild. They sit down. She explains the cacao plant can give you sexual energy, but there will be no penetration here. And they're both like, whoa, what the fuck?
I laughed out loud. No penetration. Absolutely. Hilarious.
Yeah, this is a great bystander. She makes them this cacao drink. They drink it. Gary's like, he ITMs, I want to be, fully in this, receive the experience. He drinks the whole cup. They do some breathing exercises. Nancy then ITMs that she felt something. Her fingers are tingling. She gets dizzy. Gary and Nancy start kind of dancing and they're writhing in their seats. They both ITM feeling something. And then we get these mind screen things where we go into Gary's mind and we see a tiger. We see mushrooms growing. Everything is LSD, psychedelic fractal patterns as Sharifa's voice is getting reverbed out to hell.
They make it no like penetration.
They're high. But I mean, this is like, what is this? Did she dose them with LSD?
No.
You get all that from drinking cacao? No.
Caffeine?
No. The answer is no.
You think she dosed them?
No, I don't. But I'm saying that's what the edit is making it seem like.
Yeah.
The effect that they're having where they're like hearing shit that's not there. He's seeing tigers and shit. Like, come on. This to me, this breaking, and they do this in every episode so far, the breaking of the fourth wall to do these little sketch comedy bits, it doesn't work for me.
Me either. And this, I think, was one of the worst ones.
I agree.
It was going on, like, at least, like, have them be eating edibles or something if you're going to do this. Like, cacao? Come on. And maybe it's supposed to mock that they, like, think they're getting high even though they're not.
But this is...
I don't know.
Produced. They tell Gary and Nancy, act like you're high. Act like you're going crazy like it's LSD. This is acting. Full acting.
You think they told them writhe around?
100%. They said, make this seem like you're high on mushrooms. I don't know if writhing around is like specifically what they said, but there's no way they get that performance, especially out of Gary, who's like, oh. There's no way they get that performance without coaching him to do it. This is acted. It is a scripted sketch comedy bit. And it's just like, well, I want to see them actually on the date. I want to see if there's anything between them. This is like,
I guess there isn't.
No, exactly. It. I don't know. It didn't work for me. I didn't get it. Anyways, we see that they sit down then. Sharifa leaves. Gary tells Nancy he's never experienced anything like this, but he's feeling something. They both agree. They're skeptical of this stuff because of their faiths. This stuff, I guess, meaning shamanistic practice that isn't Christian based. I think.
Devil's magic.
Yeah. They drink the devil's potion. Nancy says she wants to try new things at her age. It's important to do that. Gary says he's honored to share this with Nancy and says, you're stunning. And he thanks her for bringing him. They agree to continue to get to know each other. Meanwhile, back at the beach, the bird show begins. The Birds of Paradise pageant begins. The women come out in their bird outfits. DLP tells them that he wants them to meet somebody before they get started. And somebody else shows up. I believe this is 22nd Sand, Alicia Gupta, who was Miss California 2020. She explains she ITMs that pageantry has taught her a lot, including spotting bullshit from a mile away. She was the first kiss on Grant's night one. She explains she is there to find somebody. I like
that she lists that as like one of her medals.
Yeah.
Got first kiss.
At least in the document. She's there to find somebody who is real and grounded, hopefully a dog dad. DLP says you might not totally recognize her because of the bird feathers, but it is Alicia. Jill then ITMs that she's not excited for a young, pretty blonde to show up. DLP welcomes them to the mating circle. Andrew's up first. He comes out and immediately slips. Wells sees that he's wearing socks and says, oh, he's got soggy socks. That's going to take points off. I didn't understand
too much Wells.
The Wells. Too much Wells, not enough Hannah Brown. She's barely in this whole season.
Zero Hannah Brown.
I don't get it.
She won Dancing with the Stars. Are we not remembering who she is? And I think that is the whole, like, they're underutilizing Hannah Brown completely.
Yes. And I would even argue that although they are overutilizing Wells Adams, they're also underutilizing Wells Adams. Like, if he's there, use him properly. He's just getting these weird one-liners that aren't funny.
They're terrible. They're terrible, and some of these were like kind of offensive.
Oh, which ones?
I didn't like the Village People one.
I don't know if I wrote that one down. All I got was the soggy socks.
It was on Kim. He says, you look like a rejected village person.
Oh, right.
I did like that Andrew gave himself like a character named Black Swan. Mm-hmm. We see Alex load her all eggs one basket for him. Next we get Spencer, then Kim.
Gesundheit.
Where Wells mocks him. And then we get Brian. He kisses Parisa. Then we get Dale Moss, who cartwheels in. Still got his athleticism. And Alicia ITMs that it's early days, which is, first of all, not true. On this show. And second of all, it is Love Island phrasing through and through.
100%. We see in portion.
Oh, sorry.
We see in portion 4. Keith is up next. He wrote "Let's flock" on his shirt. All the ladies love this. A lot of flock, a lot of pun humor here. Jeremy's up next, and he ITMs that he's a sex bird demon. And this sex bird demon was my creature of the week.
Oh my God.
Say what you will about Jeremy's play, and we have said a lot here. It's very bad. However, him donning this leather bird beak, drawing on his own body. That was, I think,
supposed to go on the crotch.
Was it really?
I think so.
I don't know. Well, whatever. He drew on his body to accentuate his own musculature, and he gave his bird a name, the sex bird demon. I just absolutely loved this play. I thought of everybody who was forced into this kind of Love Island pale by comparison ripoff. He did the most with it, and I loved his sex bird demon. And the eggs. Crushing the eggs on himself. He's doing the worm.
So weird.
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
Yeah, no one else crushed eggs on their chest.
That's true.
We see then Sean is a peacock. He then has a kiss with April. Love this.
Well, he also takes off his underwear. while he's dancing around and flings them at the beast, who picks them up kind of like between index and thumb, like, oh, this is gross. He takes a piece of fruit from April's mouth, kisses April, then she picks those underwear back up and sniffs them.
Wait, I missed this. She does?
You missed this? Holy shit. Yeah. She brings them to her face
I love her.
and just inhales his underwear. Jill does not like this. DLP says,
just always giving.
She's great. These Goldens are really, to me, the stars of the season, like by far.
Yeah.
DLP says, then the top 3 couples per Wells and Hannah were Andrew and Alex, Brian and Parisa, Sean and April, and the winners. We don't know how this is determined. We don't know what the scores are. This is just some bullshit. Rules. And then with no fanfare, and the winners then are Parisa and Brian. Well, why did you even list the top 3 then? What's going on here? Just a mess. This whole thing was a mess.
And why wouldn't you give it to Andrew and Alex, who I'd much rather watch on the date? Sorry. They do hooju here, though, to celebrate winning.
I wrote this whole down. She hooju's him right there. And I said, this is a high-level hooju. There's almost no runway because they're all sitting so close together. Although the approach was lacking, I was blown away. This is basically a 2-step hooju that gets momentary full ankle lock. She gets a pretty high mount, a decent cling. We are, of course, robbed of the dismount footage because I believe Scott Teddy, again, this is what I was talking about earlier in this episode. You need someone on staff who understands the rich history, who understands what that hooju means, because they have the footage, 100%.
Or he understands the rich history of dissing you by not showing the dismount footage.
You think there's rich history of that? You think purposely he's like, fuck that guy?
Sometimes. I don't know if it's on purpose to say fuck Chad, but...
Yeah, I don't either.
It has occurred.
That's true. Anyways, fantastic hooju. Thank you, Parisa, for all you have given to our beloved game. The other birds start dancing in celebration, and we kind of have this bird rave montage where everybody's dancing in slow motion. I thought this did work as well. And we see Dale and Alicia talking. He says he played for the Bears and the Packers. Did he, though?
Is that not true?
I mean, technically he was signed to those teams and he was on their practice squads for a couple of months and then he got cut.
Never played a game?
Not in the NFL, no. But he did play in the Arena Football League with the LA Kiss in 2014.
What is the arena? Never mind. I don't need to know. Jonathan and Leah come back and we see Andrew and Alex get a kiss during this. And then we see the sad run of Jill losing faith after Sean hit on April over her. And seeing Alicia and Sean have a little one-on-one. She's producing tears. She's losing her sparkle and no one is coming for her. I hate this.
Me too. I absolutely hated it. She goes into the hallway and she's talking to a producer who's STCOing her. And she tells the producer that Sean's a nice guy, but they both know they're not going to end up together. It was just brutal. To me, she's one of the stars of this show. And this is another failure in producing. When you have somebody like this, who is like the clear funniest person in the cast, you have to keep them there at all costs so that they can deliver colorful narration, so that they can potentially even produce hilarious little bits themselves, little, one-on-one talks with this person or that person or whatever the case may be.
Why not bring someone for her?
Exactly. It makes no sense. Why bring her into the show at all if you don't have someone there for her to keep her there, to keep her interest, to give her a narrative? You want your highest level players, and this could be of any variety, but certainly one variety is your funniest player. That player must be there at all times. You want them happy and you want them probably a little drunk. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Then you just let them go. They do their thing and you get great footage. Here, it's like they're taking one of their happiest, funniest players and just reducing her to tears. It's just bad producing, in my opinion.
And it's what they did to her on the previous BIP season, too. No one wants to see that.
I agree.
Bring in someone who has been kicked off already for her, like anything. God, I hated this. She tells Sean that she's leaving. He does not put up any fight because clearly he's using her as a placeholder.
Really? She ITMs that she's an acquired taste, doesn't want to keep feeling the third wheel. We see one-on-one time with her and Kat, and Jill explains she's leaving because she's sick of seeing the other couples not being part of one. And Kat's like, I respect it. She gets this sad montage of her ITMing that she doesn't want to be the funny friend anymore. She can't make people appreciate her, and she's sick of trying to convince them. So she's out. She can be desired elsewhere. We see her get in a car and leave, and that's the last we see of Jill. This was an error, of course. She never wanted to self-eliminate, but I also kind of get it. It's like, she was going to get eliminated anyway. Yeah. And there's like a real feeling in this season of BIP of players that are just like, fuck this stupid show. It comes through almost every episode. That one episode where you saw Susie, who was it? It was Susie, Justin, and Lexi.
When we lost all our stars.
They just pieced out. They were like, fuck this show.
That's the other problem with this is it's like, you don't want anyone self-eliminating.
Totally.
Like, no one self-eliminates on Love Island, like basically ever. I mean, it has happened, but. That
is the fault of the producers. They are setting up scenarios in which players are doing the math in their head and they're like, is it really worth me staying here and getting like just shit on by the producers and the other players for what? I mean, they didn't know when they were shooting this if it was going to have any kind of impact on their Instagram or whatever, but now as it's airing, it doesn't. Literally no one's getting any new followers. It's just like, it's a bad situation for the franchise that their all-star game has people just being like, nah, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like in Love Island, when people
rejecting roses.
Yes. Rejecting like, no, here, you can have this rose and stay and see if things work out. Nah. I'd rather go home and just watch TV. On Love Island, when people get eliminated, it is a production. People are crying. They get these montages of like, oh my God, we're best friends. And so all this shit. No one wants to leave. Even when the show's over, they don't want to leave. The winners don't want to leave. They're like, can we please live here forever? That tone is just still missing from BIP. It's been gone for a long time. It's still not there. And I would argue this season, it's not quite as bad as some of the prior ones. And like 8 and 9, you had some real bad moments too. But like this, every time somebody leaves of their own volition on this season, you're just like, fuck, this is hard to watch.
I do think the heavy elimination count factors into it, where she's like, well, 4 girls are going home. It's like, it's very easy to like give up in that scenario and be like, well, there's no time to develop anything with anyone anyway.
And it's also though, like how it's the construction of the couples and the way they're firing in the bombshells just kind of haphazard, and the math is all fucking bizarre. And it's like, wait a minute, there are 4 more guys than there are women, or vice versa, or whatever. You never, like, as a viewer, at least for me, I'm never on like firm ground in understanding who are the couples, what is the math of who can get a rose and who can't get a rose. It's all just kind of like a blur to me until I get to a rose ceremony. And I think that's part of bad producing too. There's no, like the formalized structure of it is not tight enough to really understand what's going on for me. Anyway.
I think you need some time where everybody is safe, because then they're going to actually go after the people that they want to go to. And we see this with Alicia too. She's going to go for the easy option because of the math. We see then one-on-one time between Parisa and Brian in the BIP VIP Suite. God,
Brian, what?
Brian,
this shit was hard to watch.
Like makes this whole like over sexualized bit about how they're going to be flocking everywhere, and Parisa is trying to connect with him in the hot tub and says like, what's your favorite color? And he snaps at her and is like, I don't want to do this. And
I'll tell you my goddamn favorite color. Don't you ask me my favorite color.
Snapping at Parisa during their BIP VIP, which is like your only chance where you know you're the star of the show, where you're getting all of the screen time. They're going to have to use something from this date. It was my error of the game.
It was unbelievable. I agree.
He plays this whole thing badly.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever been a good player, but you're snapping on Parisa, who is just to me, she is like Jill. She is like this wonderful, colorful narrator. You want good things to happen for her. She's playing ball with the producers, doing like, oh yeah, I'm going to
100%.
I'm into Brian looking like a bird, you know, like, okay.
Yeah, this was tough.
Tough to watch.
I agree with you. It would have been my error of the game had Jeremy not just completely shit the bed earlier. But they're like
that's
almost equal. But I agree. Like the one thing that you kind of know on this show is like when you get the special fantasy suite room, whatever they're calling it, the BIP VIP Boom Boom Lounge, whatever, you're on center stage. And that is a moment where you raise a love level. He should have done a love level 2 here, in my opinion. Instead, he does like, would you fucking ask me about my favorite color? I don't tell anybody my favorite color. What? What is he doing? These players are just terrible.
Absolutely no idea. She was like, I know you're tired, but Jesus Christ, like it.
Yeah, she's lobbing him up a softball
layup.
Here.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
Softball. Exactly.
Hit the home
all
run,
the sports
dude.
metaphors.
That guy stands up there like this. He sees the softball coming, and he just fucking throws his bat down and walks away. And they're like, we're in the middle of a game here, dude. What are you
himself.
Doing? It's unbelievable. Oh, nice. Experimental piss play.
And like, I'm like, I don't even understand. I'm guessing they gave it to them because they were like, oh, they'll be the like fun couple who like has sex or something. That's my guess.
No,
because otherwise I would have gone Andrew Alex. I would have like they're both so funny and like I'm shipping them.
Yes, I think this is more bad producing. I think. Come with me into conspiracy time. It's not even conspiracy. Look, we got the document. We have what's on screen. That's all we can look at here. We can peer into it. Let me put on my BIP VIP hat. Now I'm the BIP VIP. Now I'm going to give you some BIP VIP information. I believe, based on what we did see inside this document, that the producers knew Brian was soft on that relationship. Brian was like, I'm getting kind of tired of her. I think he's saying that to them in the ITMs. And she's like, I really like Brian. I'm all in on him. And I think they thought if we put him in there, they're going to fight and that will be good TV. I literally think they did that. And so here's what you get as a result. Just a lukewarm bullshit guy who doesn't want to talk about his favorite color. That's the big moment, the big drama moment in the BIP VIP booth.
Interesting.
I think it's bad producing.
They thought it would be a breakup.
Yes.
Huh. Well, the drama I'm more interested in, we cut back to Dale Moss is taking shots with Alicia at the bar. They bond over both of their podunk history. They're both farmers.
Horse children.
And he says, yeah, Kat and I are in alignment on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the ITM's Alicia's easy to talk to. And we get a Kat walk off because the whole world's her stage. I love watching Kat play.
I do too.
Jonathan plays the STCO for her. Yes. And Tattles on Dale Moss says earlier, he said he wanted to go on a date to see you sweat. Yes. And we get the flashback to him literally saying this.
Exact. Now, this is something, kudos to Teddy and crew here. This type of shit, generally speaking in the Bachelor franchise, you can have a player issue an allegation like this that can very easily be corroborated or destroyed by the footage. Very usually, you wouldn't get this. I don't think Gravener and Freeland are giving you this clip. Teddy gives it to us immediately.
Is Summer House.
Yeah. Here's an accusation and boom, it fucking happened. We see him say it. I loved that portion of this because like that's a very interesting element in reality TV that players can't really lie unless the production allows that. If the production is like no lie zone, we're going to show you what happened. I absolutely love this moment because I didn't remember. As soon as he said that, I was like, did he say that? Then boom, there's the footage. Holy shit, he did say it.
Was it a shot that was already in the document?
That I don't know. If it is, it's one I don't remember.
Well, Jeremy repeats this. Or Kat tells it to Jeremy and says, I'm going home. And Jeremy tells this to Dale Moss. And Dale Moss asks Jonathan and Kat about it.
But Jeremy says no. When Kat asked Jeremy and Bailey, did Dale say this? Jeremy's like, no. But in that footage, he said it directly to him. The two guys standing there were Jeremy and Jonathan. He fucking said it right to his face.
Like, another not Mike moment.
So, but yeah, this is another fucking giant unforced error by Jeremy. Him saying he didn't say, it's like he did. He said it right fucking to you, dude.
But I think he can say he forgot.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, God.
Come on now. You can't. I need to just keep the come on now hat under the VIP.
God.
This is how I do it. I'm two-hatting now. Jeremy is this error machine. It's on camera, dude. I wrote down Dale comes to sit with Jeremy. Jeremy explains cat. Jeremy explains the cat making her sweat comments. Dale asks, where did that even come from? Dale ITMs that Jonathan's trying to sabotage the situation. Dale says he'll clear this up right now. And then Dale comes back to talk to Kat and Jonathan. Dale's like, that's not accurate. We see Dale footage of him saying that he would go on another date at this point. And Dale is then ITMing that Jonathan has it in for him. Jonathan leaves the conversation. Smart play there. Dale says, people were talking about, whatever they're saying. I don't know. And Kat brings up the thing with Jonathan. And Dale maintains he was joking when he said he wanted to make her sweat. This is a classic 90-day strategy. When guys, especially usually when like a woman goes to the Dominican Republic or something, and some guy's just like bleeding her for money and it's clear. And then she finds out, like, he'll be like, no, I don't have a Facebook or anything. I'm not on social media. And then she'll be like, what's all this? Not only do you have a Facebook, you're on this weird dating site.
You're DMing this woman.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, oh, that was just a joke. I'm just joking with that. They say that on 90 Day all the fucking time.
It's also like you're going to deny that it ever even happened. And then, if it happened, it is a joke. We see Gary and Nancy return and they are acting like they are tripping right now.
Exactly.
Love it.
And they're not.
Why not? Day 10, we get the morning shot of Parisa and Brian being awkward. And we get a squirrel, and Kim plays an IFI. His heart rate feels off after the sexy bird challenge, and he gets in the medical van.
Yeah, this was a scary IFI.
I didn't like this.
I didn't either, to say the least. Portion 8 begins day. As the players have breakfast in the common area, Andrew Spencer explains he took 2 melatonin and passed out, and they meme him in the document. They cut in to him going, like this, pretending to be asleep. And it says, when the melatonin hits, and this Andrew Spencer melatonin meme face was my
face play of the game.
This was something very strange. They haven't done anything like this yet this season. They literally like blacked out the entire screen except for a little square that has his face that he's doing in it and put text above it as though it's a meme. They memed into the document. I have to say, I
feel like
like
they've been memeing with chyrons a bit.
A little bit, but this was like literally visually a meme. I liked that they did this. I thought it was interesting. I think it can be augmented to be a better version of that. But it was an interesting recognition of faceplay in the document itself. Hats off to Teddy and crew.
That's true.
Alicia then tells the other women that she's talked to Dale and Sean. She ITMs that she hasn't had that much time to get to know people. The other women tell her that Kat and Dale got into an argument. They put a cougar sound under Kat here, and Alicia ITMs that she likes Sean, but she's magnetized by Dale. We see a squirrel in a palm tree. Faith and Swartz then go to talk, and Keith makes a joke about watching them make out. Faith asks Kathy Swartz on the horse date.
And Faith asking Kathy Swartz to go on the date after her first choice Kim IFIs was my play of the game.
Yeah,
she says, you're afraid of horses. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
I thought it was so 4TRR and
100%.
like cute to do this and like goes against like any sort of rose chasing or whatever. Like the numbers are stacked against Faith, but I loved this play.
I did too, because it also calls back to like the strength of the Golden franchise. Really, it has nothing to do with love. It's about the camaraderie between the players in both seasons so far. That's like primarily what you're watching it for. And this is just like tapping right back into that vein. I loved it.
There's a story. It's, I don't know. And it's also like, this is an adventure, and it plays into, I forget who says I don't see them together because Kim is a captain and Faith is also an alpha. But it's like, okay, yeah, Faith just does whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And we see this one-on-one of them on horses, and it's this comedy duo. Kathy can't hear anything Faith is saying. She's trying to navigate the horse. It's very cute. I loved it.
Yeah. Then back at the hotel, we see the guys are playing pool games as Captain Kim returns. He explains all the hot women elevated his heart rate and it wouldn't come back down, but he's fine now. And Captain Kim surviving his elevated heart rate due to the Birds of Paradise challenge was my play of the game. So glad that he is fine. I literally was like, Jesus Christ, is this it? Can you imagine being a producer during that moment? Did we kill one of the fucking Goldens in Paradise?
No.
That would have been devastating.
Devastating. The end of the show. I also like this play by Alicia here. She asked Sean on the one-on-one. His partner has literally just left the game. This is definitely the safe route to go, especially given the rose math.
Yeah.
And we see this one-on-one date. They're like smelling a bunch of shit, blind, and like touching each other.
It's the five senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, hearing. So they have to do these little things where they're putting feathers on each other and licking honey off each other's hands and shit like this. Again, this is like Love Island light to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm watching people spit milk in each other's mouths while they're dry humping, or not even dry humping, while they're covered in liquid goo, humping with their asses out fully on Love Island. I just watched that weeks ago. Now I'm reduced to this.
You didn't get your fix from Bailey and Jeremy swapping gum?
No.
You need more clues?
It's even in
this date is nothing, but they kissed twice.
But even in the history of like Paradise, do you remember there used to be dates where they would make them be naked and shit? Tia Booth, China Pot with the naked volleyball, Kenny Brash doing his naked churro and all of that.
Human taco.
So it's like, you can do that. We've seen them do that.
Right.
Here, it just seems very subdued. All of the like sexual chemistry seems to not even be present really in this entire season to me.
No, but you're like, okay, I guess they don't like each other, but they're kissing. I don't know. We then see Parisa talk about her date with Brian to Leah and says we were intimate, but he had a tantrum. And then she does this hilarious ITM about how her extensions are all matted now.
Oh God, she's so funny.
She's just great, delightful. And we get 2 hours to rose ceremony, cocktail party. Bailey and Jeremy are kissing. Spencer tattles to Jess about Jeremy's love for Susie. So we know that's still in play, but we haven't seen it get back to Bailey yet. Alicia then talks with the girls and says that Kat told her Dale was basically closed off, but she's still interested. And we kind of go off on this storyline as Kat comes over, has an awkward moment, and leaves.
Well, but she notices there's this one play that she makes. She's talking to the guys while all the women are talking about her and Dale, basically. And she clocks that. She's like, what the hell? Where are all the women? And somebody says out loud, oh, they're in a girl chat. And she's like, what? And I'm not in it. She leaves immediately to go break up that girl chat to get in there because she knows information. She knows what is happening here. You know what I mean? And she's like, fuck that. She knows the game. I will say, I liked Kat Izzo in her last season of Paradise. I know she was forced into accepting the proposal from John Henry and blah, blah, blah. But this season, she's really like, she's a damn player.
Yeah, I agree. She gets it. I feel like I underestimated her.
Me too.
And we go off on this plotline, but I watched the promo and there doesn't seem to be anything about it in the promo. So I'm like, what the hell?
This is the weakest ending to an episode we've had yet in Paradise. It's not even a cliffhanger. It's just like, I guess Alicia's going to talk to Dale Moss again. That's what
I guess.
It ain't good, ladies and gentlemen. And this type of a thing is all producing. You shoot the whole season, then you cut the whole season. You can end these episodes wherever you want. You can build to whatever, hopefully satisfying narrative conclusion you want. And here they choose to just like end on, well, people are talking still about things. That's the ending. Next week on BIP, everything will change. This year, they're raising the stakes. A life-changing opportunity, $500,000, changes the game completely. Phony relationships. Brian accuses Parisa of smothering him. We see Leah and Jonathan. We see Brian tattling on Jeremy. Spencer is playing Mr. Nice Guy. And that's the end of this episode. Who was your MVP?
for doing the most with being put into the game in a very unfortunate timing. Faith was my MVP. She had my play of the game. I liked her little colorful narration she got. You're new and 4 women are going home that night. You're fucked. But I liked what she did with it.
Yeah.
Who was yours?
For his incredible acting performance, deserving of an Oscar on the high cacao date, Gary was once again my MVP. I'll watch anything this man does, and I think what they asked him to do here was so far above and beyond what should be asked of any reality player, to do a scripted scene, and he pulled it off perfectly. I was laughing my ass off. I didn't like necessarily the decision to do it, but I loved his performance in it. And he still is kind of like the main guy of all the golden guys, I feel like. He's exerting his alphaness. So for that, Gary gets my MVP. This episode, overall, I don't know where we're at with Paradise. I'm kind of lost in this season, I guess. I'm like, what are the relationships? Do any of them matter? This $500,000 thing is coming. Why is that not, like, I don't understand the rules of how you get the $500,000. I don't think any of the players do at this point. It hasn't been explained to anybody. So they've been playing a game, but they didn't know they were playing a game. There's a prize, but they didn't know there was a prize. But we're still doing these dates, which I guess don't even have to, like, what Faith did is, like, you could just take a friend out. The whole structure of whatever this is just falling apart, if it ever even existed, in my opinion.
It
still looks good. It still looks good. I do like how the show looks for the most part. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of lost in this season, I gotta say. I just don't know what I'm watching.
I'm shipping Alex and Andrew. That's about it. There's I'm guessing based on this promo, nothing comes of the Alicia Dale Moss thing. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no twists in, like, who's going to be paired up. It's pretty fast to get to that kind of boring monogamous state. But
also this $500,000 thing, it's like, why am I still watching them? Like, oh, should I go on a date with this person? Should I go on a date with this person? We already know about the $500,000 thing. Can you just explain that to us now? We're going to be 6 episodes into this show, and still, as the 4th audience, we're not going to know how to get the $500,000 or what it is. Like, that needs to be explained very quickly at this point.
Or just tease it in the first episode. Don't tease it every single episode when there's tons to go before you're even going to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's an odd way to roll that out. But we will be back with Twibbin on Friday. And also on Friday is the premiere of Perfect Match, which we will be doing in Kazagor. So join patreon.com/Game of Roses to watch along with us.
Yeah, it's going to be a doozy.
Rachel Recchia and Clayton Eckerd are joining this season, making it third wave. I cannot wait.
I can't either, because that game is structured very well. Here's your couples, here's your challenges, here's who's getting kicked off. The game mechanics of that, I think, can be tweaked, and maybe they will in season 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, you love the structure?
I at least love that it's like, I understand it. It's like, okay, you guys all have to couple up. Here's the challenges, here's the winners, here's the losers, here's who wins the money. It's great. And we also know going into this season, we've got a legit couple who is pregnant with a child now. We get to watch that. Oh, yeah. That couple evolve. We get to see them meet and all that. So that'll be very fun.
A perfect baby.
Perfect baby.
We love that. Is there anything more for Tiara than a baby? I don't think so.
Only a perfect baby.
Well, tune into that. Praise be Dark Lord Palmer.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us. And then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.